I don't have a mic. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Maddie Kolpa, and I am a member of the board here at TVUUC. On behalf of the board and the program council, it is my honor to welcome you here this morning. Whether you are here in the building or watching online, you are welcome here. Where'd they go? Oh, we want to wave to anyone watching us from home. Whoever you are, wherever you are from, and wherever you are on your journey, you are welcome here. If you would like more information on our church, please fill out the visitor card in the pocket in front of you or visit our website, tvuuc.org, and select Stay in Touch. If you are visiting us with small children, we invite you to sit up front where it is easier for your little ones to see what is going on. Please don't feel that you must keep them still. All are welcome here, wiggles and giggles and all. If you do need to step out with your child for a moment, the E.E. Cummings room is a glass-enclosed room at the back of the sanctuary where you can still see and hear the service. It is there for your family's comfort, but please do not feel obligated to use it. We understand that silence is never completely silent. If you are interested in classes for your children here at TVUUC, please visit our religious exploration table in the art gallery area of the lobby, where someone will be staffing the table to answer your questions. You can also find more information on our website. And we have a few announcements this morning. We are going to start with Barbara Taylor with Justice Knox.
Good morning. As one of your leaders for Justice Knox in this church, I am so thankful that so many of you have signed up and gotten your tickets to come to the Nehemiah Action Assembly at the Civic Auditorium on this Tuesday, 2 days from now, where we will make asks of elected and/or appointed officials in 4 different areas, I believe. And we need your support. So if you haven't yet decided to come, please do so and pick up a ticket outside at our table afterwards. And if you forget to do that and want to come on Tuesday, you can do that too. But please try to be in your seat there by 6:40. Parking is free across the street at the garage. And we look forward to seeing you there, and go Justice Knox. There's a person here who will be holding this up in the auditorium in case you want to kind of all sit together until you can't. We can't save seats, but Kathy Greenberg's going to be holding this up until her arm goes numb and she passes it on to someone else. See you there.
Next, we have Leslie Jangosian for the rummage sale.
Good morning, everybody. Today's the day. So, listen, everybody gets lunch, of course, so I know that there's lunch out in the fellowship hall, but we also have a crew standing by ready to take down our sanctuary, another crew standing by to finish setting up tables this evening. Hold up your hand if you brought rummage to drop off today. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to direct that towards the Lizzie Crozier room, because we do have a group meeting here this evening, and they have specifically asked that we not set out rummage until after they have eaten their meal, and that is Vegetarian Society, and I think we can all handle that. So if you brought rummage, bring it into the Lizzie Crozier French room at your convenience. If we have overflow, come find me, we'll talk about it. And sanctuary crew, you are welcome to eat first, and then I will see you in here after lunchtime meal, and you all have a good morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Leslie.
All right, and lastly, I have some information about Starting Point, an introduction to the Unitarian Universalist journey. What is Starting Point? This class is not only for those interested in membership, but also for established members. It offers newcomers and old-timers an opportunity to explore ways in which Unitarian Universalism can make a difference in their lives. Not only will it help you decide if UUism is right for you, but it's also an opportunity to reflect on your beliefs and values. Today's session is at the church from 1 to 3 p.m. in the Alandria Williams Room. We are extremely excited to offer this, and we think it will be a deep and meaningful journey exploring Unitarian Universalism. Today is a Share the Plate Sunday, and to tell you more about what this means and how to give, here is Miriam Davis.
Good morning, everyone. As Maddie said, it is a Share the Plate Sunday. I am Miriam Davis. I'm the Assistant Director of Religious Exploration here at TVUC. So a Share the Plate Sunday means that all the contributions that we give today during or right after our service that aren't marked as a pledge are being split between the General Operating Fund of TVUC and our partner organization for today, which is Drums Up, Guns Down. During our offertory music, there will be baskets passed throughout the sanctuary where you can put in cash or checks made out to TVUC. You can also text GIVE to the number 73256, type in TVUC and the amount you wish to give. There are giving QR codes in the back of the sanctuary. If you want to give that way, this is summarized on the second page of your program. If you're watching online, you should see a Give or Give Now button at the bottom of the screen that will take you to a secure giving site. And now that you know how to give, I want to share a little bit of information with you about who we are sharing our plate with today. That organization is Drums Up, Guns Down. It is a nonprofit in our area that aims to interrupt the cycle of gun violence in Knoxville communities by providing positive, life-enhancing activities for youth through music and the spirit of West African drumming. Traditional drumming has always been a tool to help people deal with anger and frustration. Joining that tradition with his lifetime of drumming, teaching, and community service, Obiana Ajanaku has created a program that introduces workable alternatives to violence for youth and young adults. They learn to drum together, and through doing that, they learn to heal together by learning how to listen, how to step up and lead, and how to step back and follow, how to be the solo, how to blend, how to support one another, work together, solve problems, and most importantly, express themselves in positive ways. There are no charges for any youth who participate in Drums Up, Guns Down. All the instruments are provided, the uniforms are provided, transportation is provided, food is provided, lessons, practice space, drumming education, all by Obiana Ajanaku. In the summer, Drums Up, Guns Down sponsors a camp called Kumba Camp, which is a 7-week arts and cultural camp for children and youth that engages West African drumming and dance culture, along with life skills, STEM subjects, arts and crafts, mental wellness, and nutrition. The cost for the program is minimal, and scholarships are available to all in need. This is the work that our donations today support, along with the General Operating Fund of TVUC. I invite you to give generously to the work of creative healing. Next week, Mr. Ajanaku will be here himself to share with you about the work of Drums Up, Guns Down, and to do some drumming for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Miriam. After the service, please join us for a potluck lunch in the fellowship hall. All are welcome, whether you are able to bring food with you today or not. If you are visiting and would like a tour of the building or have questions about our church, you will not be able to find me there, but you can find any other board member. Most of us are wearing these blue lanyards with the words TVUC Leader, and any of them will be glad to chat and show you around. And now, if you have not already done so, Please silence any electronic devices as we enter worship together.
Good morning. This prelude piece is a love song. The text is, "Evening of Roses. Let us go out to the grove. Myrrh, fragrant spices, and incense are a threshold for your feet. Night falls slowly, and the wind of roses is blowing. Let me whisper you a song, secretly, a song of love. Dawn, a dove is cooing. Your head is filled with dew. Your mouth is a rose into the morning. I will pick it for myself."
Welcome to our annual Flower Communion service. We'll talk a little bit later in the service about the origin of this ritual, which we celebrate. But as we begin our service, I'd also like to invite anybody who has brought a flower this morning, who has not yet added it to our altar here, to bring it on up and add it to one of the vases. And I also want to share with you that we have a special activity available during the service for all who would like to take part. So folks are welcome to come up to the chancel here, or you will find some supplies distributed on kind of either side of the sanctuary. We are going to invite folks to make a paper flower that looks something like this. All right, so if you would like to, you can come up here and get supplies, or there are baskets if you'd like to from your seat. We need some paper flowers made, and so you will get one little packet of pieces, and you will pick out a straw, and you will grab some scissors and carefully cut the pieces out to make your flower, all right? So if we have any folks who would like to be helpers for our younger people as they're making some flowers, and you're welcome to hang out up here or head back down. Thank you. Today is a gathering of blossoms of all kinds, flowers that grew and flowers that are constructed, flowers both simple and regal. And I'm really excited to be part of this service this morning, one that I've loved since my own childhood. And so we will open this morning with these words from John Denver. It is here we must begin, to seek the wisdom of children and the graceful way of flowers in the wind. For the children and the flowers are my sisters and my brothers, my siblings. Their laughter and their loveliness could clear a cloudy day. Like music of the mountains and the colors of the rainbow, they are a promise of the future and a blessing for today. And the song that I am singing is a prayer to non-believers. Come and stand beside us. We can find a better way. Come, let us worship together. I invite you to stay standing in body or in spirit and join in singing our opening hymn, number 21 in the gray hymnal, For the Beauty of the Earth, hymn number 21. I have a story to share as we are gathered this morning here in this space and watching from another space in the building or at home or somewhere else. And this is a story that is adapted from one written by Peter Reynolds called Rose's Garden. And it begins with somebody named, I bet you can guess, Rose. It begins with somebody named Rose, and Rose was a dreamer. Are any of us here dreamers? Rose was an adventurer. Are any of us people who enjoy a good adventure? And for a long time, Rose explored the world in a wonderful tiny boat of her very own. She sailed all over the place. And Rose collected seeds from every place she visited so that she could remember it. And the boat over time became very heavy and brimmed with seeds. And Rose thought, it's time to plant my garden. And there in the distance, she could see across the waters a huge city at the edge of the sea. And so Rose headed that way. And when she landed, she headed into the city, and soon she found herself in the very busiest part of the city. And there she spotted a dusty, forgotten stretch of earth in an abandoned lot between buildings. It didn't look like anybody was doing anything with it. And Rose thought, this little patch needs some color. And so she began to prepare the soil. Have any of us ever worked with soil? She began to prepare the soil as she imagined what a different, colorful place this could be. And then she went back to her boat to gather her seeds, but then she noticed something as she approached. She noticed a flock of birds flying away from it. And the birds seemed very full and happy. Oh no, Rose slipped into the hold. She realized she had left the hatch open, and almost all the seeds were gone. So she slipped the few remaining seeds into her pocket and then hurried away back to her spot in the city. And she planted her little pocket full of seeds, and she waited. Had any of us ever had to wait before? Have you ever had to wait for a very, very long time for something? She waited patiently, but nothing seemed to happen. And the rains of spring made the soil too wet. We're having some rains of spring today, aren't we? The heat of summer made the ground too dry. The chill of autumn came too early, and she waited and waited through the snowy winter. And then the snow melted, and the ground warmed, and still Rose waited. She was determined that her seeds would wake up. And word spread of Rose's faith in her garden. Now, one warm spring day, a girl approached Rose with a gift. It was a paper flower. And the girl said, I made it for your garden. Would somebody take this flower and place it in the garden for me? Thank you. And the next day, another kid appeared with their own handcrafted flower and placed it in the garden. Rose was delighted. She said, this will be good company when my own flowers bloom. And so this morning, as we complete flowers, I invite anybody who would like to. You can hang onto your flower, or you can bring it up to add to Rose's garden here. And before long, day after day, more people came to visit, each with a paper flower. And each person told Rose a story about how they had come to the city, having journeyed from all over the place, like seeds carried on a breeze. And before long, the garden was filled with color. Thousands of flowers. Can you imagine? Thousands of flowers filling up the garden, each one made of paper, and Rose marveled at them. And as Rose waded through her garden one day, she heard a sound. She heard a buzzing. Can we make a buzzing sound? She noticed a bee gently land on one of the flowers, and she looked closer. This flower was not made of paper. She breathed in its sweet perfume, and then she noticed another real flower, and then another. Each flower, real or paper, as we have gathered here this morning, had appeared around Rose because she believed, she had faith, which had gathered a garden, and the stories of a city. And Rose realized that her travels were over. She was home. She was home in this amazing garden, this splash of color in the middle of a giant city, surrounded by stories and flowers, as we are surrounded today by the stories of all who are gathered and the flowers that we have brought and created here in everybody's garden. Thank you.
Hello. Good morning. My name is Mebby Jackson, and I'm a member of the spiritual care team. We are a group of heart-centered, deep listeners that help with the caring needs of the congregation. And we can be reached by phone or text. The number is printed in your order of service, and it's also listed on the website. We have many ways in which we assist the congregation, from sharing these joys and concerns on Sundays and manning the care line and organizing meals and rides and having listening booths on the second Sundays of each month, which will be next week. So look for those when you come to church next week. And so today I have a sadness and a few joys to share. Jane Morgan, a former director of the Flying Anvil Theater and a beloved teacher, director, and actor in many spaces, has passed on Monday evening, March 31st. She was in hospice at her sister Carol's house here in Knoxville. Jane is the daughter of longtime and very active members Bill and Lillian Morgan. After Lillian's death, Bill later married longtime member Nan Johnson. Nan's daughter and son, Tamala and Rucker, remember fondly the beach trips with family when Jane would lead grandchildren into little gatherings and games of theatrical performances. In Jane's last Facebook post, she says, "And now I'm in hospice care. I'm very okay, surrounded by so much love and care. I don't need visits or phone calls, just good wishes for peaceful transition to whatever is next. I wish you all the love." Per Jane's wishes, there is currently no memorial service scheduled. And for some happier news, Marcus and Rebecca Graham are very excited to announce that they have finalized the adoptions of their new family members. 3 children, Gwendolyn, Benjamin, and Anna Graham, have joined their family as of Monday, March 31st. Yay. They all enjoy the other sister that had been adopted previously, Micah Graham, and they are excited to start this new chapter in their lives as a complete family for the first time. They are so overjoyed to share this news with a congregation that has been so welcoming and loving to them. So thank you for your applause as we send our love to that family in their joy. And there's also a joy for Sue Vaughn. She has suffered a stroke as of late and has been in rehab, but she gets to go home tomorrow. So she is very excited and hoping that her life will shift as she moves home. So give her a little love and joy and light for her transition back home. And there's also joy to be found in protesting terrible wrongs. And members of this community yesterday joined at least 1,000 other Knoxville area residents in the hands-off protests and rallies in downtown Knoxville. I hear it was very well attended. I was transitioning from another joy of my own personal and seeing my grandson at the beach, so I was not able to attend yesterday, but many of the congregation did, and there were some great signs. Some said, "Hands off our trans youth," and "Only you can prevent fascism." Jesus was a migrant. And the courage to fight autocracy rises from mutual support and from community, and particularly a community where love is at the center, like our church. So we thank you all for the things that you do in this world, and we also are grateful for all of the runners who did the marathon in the rain today. Way to go, kids, for running and showing up even in this kind of wet and damp weather. So we all love to keep in our hearts the joys and concerns, both spoken and unspoken. And we love it when you sing with us to send the light. So please join us in this song you will find in your order of service.
I invite you to a time of meditation and prayer. Center yourselves, put your feet on the floor if you wish, settle in place. And I'm going to share these words from Reverend Christine Dance as we take a few deep breaths. Spirit of life, spirit of love, that which is held in the silent sanctuary of our heart, our lives are like flowers. We collect beautiful moments, beautiful joys, delightful experiences, laughter, and smiles. May we celebrate the beauty of the precious, beautiful flowers. But most flowers fall off their branches at the end of the season. It is inevitable that they do so. So it is with our lives. There are times that our flowers wilt. We create space for the sorrows of our lives, the challenges, the disappointments, sadnesses, and struggles. We make space to mourn and to cry, and to hope that the flowers will return again. And there are times when we are waiting for the flowers to return, the liminal space in between. May we have hope that they will return to their full beauty soon. For all the seasons of our lives, we rely on the strength of community, our faith, and the confidence that we are all part of the cycle of life and that love endures. Join me in a moment of silence, which we know is never silent, as we contemplate the flowers of our lives. I delight in all the sounds of life that are among us as we gather. Thank you for this time of reflection. And now, yes.
Please remain seated to sing I Know This Rose Will Open on page 396. And I know sometimes we don't feel comfortable singing rounds, so you might look to the second line of the text, I know my fear will burn away. And then, I know my soul will unfurl its wings. You can also think of this song as being like a rose itself and different from most other rounds, because most rounds have just 2 to 3 or 4 break-off points. But this one, you can literally come in on any measure you want throughout the entire round. So let's listen to the introduction, sing it all in unison together, and then break off like the petals of that rose, slowly opening each one in their own turn. I know this rose will open. I know my fear will burn away. I know my soul its wings. I know this rose will open. I know this rose will open. I know this will burn away. I know their wings will unfurl its wings. I know this rose will open. I know their will burn away. I know
a question for everyone who is here. What flower do you think you see more often or more of than any other? What do you think? Dandelions? I think you might be right. I think I might see more dandelions than anything else. How often do we notice dandelions, though? If you were going to count all the dandelions you saw in one day right now at this time of year, how many do you think it might be? 563? That's a very precise guess. 912? 20 million? Oh my goodness, there are a lot of dandelions. And so when my kid was 4, he came to me one spring afternoon, fist held out, crowing, "We can have dandelions for beautifulness. Do we have a pot that is big enough for a dandelion that is yellow?" And you better believe we put that dandelion in a vase and we put it on our table. He was delighted by all the flowers he saw, but that spring the dandelions were his very favorite, and so we gathered them in a little vase at his bequest so we could enjoy their beauty at our table. And I was a little bit amused at his zeal, perhaps. I don't think I had ever put dandelions in a vase before, but also he was right. They are beautiful, especially if you look at them really close. What a marvel, one that I hadn't been paying much attention to. And so this morning, among the roses and the daffodils and the azaleas and all the beautiful flowers we have gathered, you might notice a couple of dandelions tucked in too, for beautifulness and for carrying hope for my kid and for all of our kids to live in a world that nurtures and celebrates their own beautifulness. Because do you know what I think flowers are? Every single flower that has ever been is something. It is a wish and a plan for the future. It is a plant's intention for new life, every single flower. And so as we gather these blossoms in our community with one another, what is our wish, I wonder? What is our plan for the future? Now, the flower communion is a ceremony that was created 101 years ago by the Reverend Dr. Norbert Čapek. And Dr. Čapek founded the Unitarian Church in Prague, in the country that was then called Czechoslovakia. And in that church, everything was plain and simple. Are there folks here who really like plain and simple? Are there folks here who would really rather something that is not very plain and simple? Yeah, in that church, everything was plain and simple. There were no bells, there were no spires, there were no stained glass windows. When Reverend Čapek was done speaking, the people talked a little bit amongst themselves, and then they went home. And that was it. The whole thing. No music, no candles, no food, not even coffee. But Dr. Čapek, I know, it was a Unitarian church. But Dr. Čapek wanted his congregation to have a ritual, a ceremony of some kind that would tie the members more closely together, a ceremony that would show that each person is an individual but also part of the whole community. And he respected that many members of his congregation were wary of some of the more traditional rituals and symbols that they had left behind in other religious communities when they came to his Unitarian church, but he wanted something. One day in the late spring, Dr. Čapek was out walking in 1923, and he had an idea. He had a really good idea. And so he asked every person in his congregation to bring a flower to church the next Sunday. A flower from their own garden or from the field or roadside. And when they arrived at church, each person placed their flower in a big vase to signify that it was by their own free will that they joined with the others. And the bouquet was a symbol of the beautiful diversity of the people, the values they held in common, and the community that they created. Dr. Čapek said a blessing for the flowers, and at the end of the service, each person took a flower home, a different one than the one they had brought, to remind them of their community. And that first flower festival, as he called it, was such a success that they decided to do it every year. But all was not peaceful in Czechoslovakia. World War II soon brought great troubles, and in 1939, Norbert Čapek's wife, Maya, came to the United States to try to raise money to help war refugees. And she brought the Flower Festival with her to the Unitarian Church in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And when Maya went to America, Norbert Čapek stayed behind. He knew he needed to be with his church, helping his people. But Maya was not able to go home until the war was over, and sadly, she never saw her husband again. And that's because when the Nazis took control of Prague in 1940, they found Dr. Čapek's message of the inherent worth and beauty of every human person to be dangerously subversive. And Dr. Čapek was sent to the concentration camp at Dachau, where he was killed the next year. Dr. Norbert Čapek was a strong and gentle man who spent his life helping people have religious freedom and resist the forces of oppression. He taught his church members to accept one another and their neighbors without prejudice. We celebrate the flower communion not only as a way to symbolize the beauty of our diversity, but also to help us remember that we must keep working for human freedom, equality, worth, and dignity as Dr. Čapek did. This has been central to our practice of faith for many, many years, but it may feel particularly urgent now. I'm wondering if any of us have ever heard the term DEI, perhaps in the news recently. Diversity and equity and inclusion are the bedrock values that we celebrate in our flower communion and have done as Unitarians for 101 years. The flower communion, friends, is a sacred ritual. It is sacred as an act of affirmation and joy, but also now, in the world in which we find ourselves in 2025, an act of defiance. Because by taking part in these rituals of faith and by living the values that they celebrate in every choice we make within these walls as well as beyond them, we defy those who claim that diversity is not a moral good. We defy those who claim that equity is not a moral good. We defy those who claim that inclusion is not a moral good, and we will never concede this. It is the legacy of Dr. Čapek that we invoke in this act of communion as we share these many blossoms, those we have created today, as well as those we have cut and brought in with us. It is Reverend Čapek's unwavering, indelible faith in the inherent worth and dignity of every person that we call upon as we share these flowers today and as we choose a blossom in a little while to carry out with us into the wider world beyond the walls of our sanctuary, this sacred space where love is at the center. Our sacred space where we proclaim kindness and justice as core aspects of living a faithful life. Holding tight to those convictions becomes more vital, more central, more necessary when these values are threatened. The world has need of the message each of us will carry with us when we leave this space this morning. The world has need of you in your true, whole, and glorious you-ness. It has need of every one of us. It has need of dandelions and roses, of paper flowers made with love that will endure, and of delicate blossoms that teach us how to nurture and protect, and in their transience, how to love and let go. We are better by being so beautifully varied, and every gift that a person brings to life is needed and worthy. Today, we participate in a ritual that is made sacred by this community, this gathering of beautifully imperfect, growing and learning and trying and hurting and healing people who know that what we do matters, that who we are matters, that we are loved, and so is everyone else. I'm reminded of a song from my very favorite children's musicians. Is anybody here familiar with the Okie Dokie Brothers? So one of their very best songs, and there are many, they're really good, one of their very best songs is called You, You, You. And I'm going to need some help from you this morning because you don't know this yet, but we're going to sing the chorus together, all right? We're going to try it out. It is okay, don't worry. We're going to do it the way that I sometimes do songs and chants in our religious exploration spaces. We're going to do it kind of as a call and response. I will do one line, and then you'll repeat it, and they're really short, all right? And I am a really good example of you don't have to be a fantastic trained singer to sing, all right? Are we ready? You, you, you. You were you in. You were you in. Like you, you. You love doing. You love doing. And you. And you. You were you and like you do. You were you and like you do. I just love it when you. I just love it when you. This message is one that we lift up today. You and you and you and you and all the yous in this room and all the yous in this world. Just look at the wonderful way you. I just love it when you. May all of us, may we all us in exactly the ways that we love using. So this morning we proclaim, in words written by Dr. Chapek shortly before his death, it is worthwhile to live and fight courageously for sacred ideals. In every age, in every moment, my friends, it is worthwhile to live and fight courageously for sacred ideals, and we know what we hold sacred. Our defiance and our joy are worthwhile. May we all carry Dr. Chapek's legacy with us as we take part in our flower communion ritual. I'm going to explain how it's going to work in a little bit. And may we say to one another this week as we go about our lives, I just love it when you. Can we practice it once here? Let's say it together. I just love it when you. I just love it when you, friends. Thank you.
For our offertory and collection, we'll be improving in honor of Oba Ajanaku and drums up, guns down.
Everybody, you clap if you don't have an instrument. And then a very typical African rhythm for the djembe is go, 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 go. You can say it. Go, 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 go. Go 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 go.
The room feels a little different after that, doesn't it? The quiet right after. Whenever Dr. Čapek conducted his flower festival in Prague, he would say this proverb as he consecrated the flowers. Infinite Spirit of life, we ask thy blessings on these, thy messengers of fellowship and love. May they remind us, amid diversities of knowledge and of gifts, to be one in desire and affection and devotion to thy holy will. May they also remind us of the value of comradeship, of doing and sharing alike. May we cherish friendship as one of thy most precious gifts. May we not let awareness of another's talents discourage us or sully our relationship, but may we realize that whatever we can do, great or small, the efforts of all of us are needed to do thy work in this world. And so we have consecrated our flowers, and we are now going to take part in our flower communion ritual. Everybody is going to have an opportunity to come forward and choose a flower. You can choose any flower that's up there, real or created this morning. And I invite you in particular this year, I invite you to consider when you are making your choice to choose a blossom for yourself that carries a message that you might need today. Maybe you will take the one that lights up your heart and makes it sing as a reminder of your own worth and beauty or that of others. Maybe you will take the most unassuming, ordinary, hardy blossom you can find as a reminder of your capacity for surviving and thriving even despite hardship. Or maybe you will choose one with knock your socks off color as a reminder that joy has value, even when, maybe especially when, we are overwhelmed by the brokenness of this world. Or perhaps you will take the most delicate flower you can find as a reminder of our call to protect those who are most threatened in these times. I invite you to choose the flower that calls to you today. And so for smooth flow of our ritual, we're going to invite everybody, if you would like to come forward on the outside aisles and across here, and we'll go that way on either side of the table and head down the center to head back to your seats. And so we will now take part in our flower communion ritual. Oh, actually, if you would like for somebody to bring you a flower rather than walking yourself here or coming forward here, please, if you would like to raise your hand and wave it around a little bit, I bet there are some eager helpers who would be delighted to bring a flower your way. So you can do that too. May we take part in our ritual. Thank you.
É pau, é pedra, o fim do caminho. É resto de tuco, pouco sozinho. É caco de vidro, a vida, o sol. A noite ou a morte, laço de sol. É pé no ribeira das águas de março, é o fim da canseira. É o pé, é o chão, é o mastro estadeira, passarinho na mão, pedrada tiradeira. Uma ave no céu, uma ave no chão, um regato, uma fonte, um pedaço de pão. É o fundo do poço, o fim do caminho, um gosto, desgosto, um pouco sozinho. É um prego, é uma ponta no ponta, é um pingo pingando, é uma conta no conta. Um beijo é um gesto na prata brilhando, a luz da manhã, um tijolo chegando, é lenha, é dia, é o fim de picada, um garrafa de estrada, bracilaço de estrada. Projeto da caça, do corpo da cama, um carro enguiçado, é a lama, é a lama. É um sapo na ponte, um sapo amarrado, um verso de março na luz da manhã. Águas de março, fechando o verão, a promessa de vida no teu coração. É o pau, é o pedra, o fim do caminho, é um racho de toco, um pouco sozinho. Pau, é João, é José, um espino na mão, é um corte no pé. Nas águas de março, fechando o verão, a promessa de vida no teu coração. Pa 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 pa, pa 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 pa, pa 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 pa, para pa pa. Um pouco sozinho, vida, filho, erra, oi, noite, morte, nasce sol. São as águas de março, fechando o verão, a promessa de vida no teu coração. Para pa pa pa, para pa pa pa, para pa pa pa, para pa pa pa, para pa uepa, para pa uepa, para pa uepa, para pa pa. É o pé, é o chão, é o mastro estadeira, passarinho na mão, pedrada tiradeira. Uma ave no pé, uma ave no chão, um regato, uma fonte, um pedaço de pau. É o fundo do poço, o fim do caminho, um gosto, desgosto, um pouco sozinho. É um é um prego, é uma ponta no ponto, é um pingo pingando, é uma conta, uma conta. Um viaje é um gesto na prata brilhando, a luz da manhã, um tijolo chegando, é a lenha, é dia, é o fim da picada, um garrafão de estrada, vacinação de estrada. O projeto da caça, do corpo da cama, um carro enguiçado, é a lama, é a lama. É um sapo, uma ponte, um sapo amarrado, um vesto de março na luz da manhã. Águas de março, fechando o verão, a promessa de vida no teu coração. Pau, pedra, pino, pouco, sozinho, pedra, soy, oi, noite, março, sol. São as águas de março, fechando o verão, a promessa de vida no teu coração.
this time, any who need a little bit of extra time to get to the post-service potluck are welcome to head that way. And a note for all who might be worried about your flowers during lunch, we have some vases on the tables there, so there will be a healthy place for them to rest and get some water while we're being nourished too. And now let us sing our closing hymn, number 1035 in the teal hymnal, Freedom is Coming, number 1035.
And just a moment, I'd like to thank our special musical guest who led you in drumming and performed Waters of March by Jombim, Andrea Uriarte. Thank you very much, Andrea. And you may also know her from the band Cuculi and the Fuego. All right. Please rise and body our spirit to sing Freedom is Coming.
In the words of Reverend Susan Frederick Gray, may we remain always mindful of how radical and powerful love is, how dangerous those who use fear to build power know love to be, how necessary and essential the spirit and struggle for universal love, for human dignity, for reverence for life, every life, all creation remains, always. As we go forth today, remember, we are among the keepers of this flame. Prophetic Church, the world awaits your liberating ministry. Go forward in the power of love, proclaim the truth that makes us free. And let us sing our musical benediction. As we head out today, I invite those who would like to help us as we begin to clear the sanctuary for the rummage sale next week to take a vase of flowers from the table here and help us take them into the fellowship hall to the tables there to grace our lunch. And now, as our last act of worship, I invite you to turn and greet your neighbor.
Good. Hands to God.